Welcome to KGXT, Gen X Talks podcast, live from Central California.
Making plans with the boys. I'm gonna hit the town. Yeah, I'm gonna make some noise. I'll push past the pain and my wounded pride.
It looks like to me the pod track is moving up and down. It looks to me like Streamlabs is moving side to side. And it looks like everything is hunky-dory, as they say in the radio broadcast professional arena. Hunky-dory is a radio broadcast professionalism term. I learned that when I was in broadcaster school. Hunky-dory.
You went to broadcasting school.
I went to broadcasting school. How do you think?
Give or take a lie or two.
Give or take.
No, you didn't.
Welcome to the Gen X Talks podcast. We are back. We are back. Letting you guys know that we're here broadcasting from the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada.
Yes, we are.
And we're here. How do you feel? You're here. You're here.
Hasn't sunk in yet.
No more driving back and forth.
Thank you, Lord.
No more 6 or 7 hour drives in the truck.
Thank you. At least to a different location would be nice. That would be okay. Somebody's mic is not on. Somebody's mic is not on. No Mama X mic.
It's on.
They say they have nothing. They can't hear me.
Okay, hang on. It says it's on. The
Turn
podcast,
up Mama X.
Turn up. It's on.
I haven't heard from staff. We got no trippy pineapple today.
No trippy pineapple. Okay, I'm just saying it's on. I'm broadcasting.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Okay, just so you know, my mic is moving up and down on the pod track. So is yours.
Okay.
Your microphone is moving up and down, side to side on Streamlabs. So is mine.
Okay.
This must be a butt problem.
It's awful to have a butt problem.
Isn't it? I'm going to hang up. We're going to do it again. Hang on. And just go bump, bump, bump. And we go there. And we go off. And then we'll turn it on. And then we come back. Okay, we're back. I just reset the butt. Did that help anything?
Can you hear me better?
I don't know. I don't really can't change anything on this end. I press one button.
I will try and speak louder. I'll yell.
Well, if they can't hear you at all, that's one thing.
No, they say I'm very quiet. It says very quiet.
Okay, I'm looking.
There is going to be a slight echo because we don't have things on the walls yet. I'm working on it.
Yeah, but you should be. You should be just as loud as me. Is it still that way?
I don't know. I'm waiting.
I just redid it on the butt. It's the butt. It's the butt.
It says Fire Woo says we can hear you, but it's like you are both on the other side of the room from the mics.
Huh. Well, I'm afraid
if I stick this mic any farther in my face, I'm going to be swallowing it, and not in a good way.
Not in a good way, neither. Okay, let me see. How about this? Okay, I made one more adjustment here. Please let me know now as the adjustment's made.
Can you hear? It's not you, it's me. Everybody say it's me.
You just said both of us.
No, now it's me. They say I'm quiet.
Okay, how about now?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Spot and Stock, you says thumbs up.
So is that any better? Can they hear you any better now?
Can you hear me better? Better.
I don't want to do the whole podcast if they can't hear you, so let's resolve this issue.
All right. Well, I don't want to talk to you either.
I don't want to talk to you either. Is anybody going to respond?
Yeah, they're typing. No change according to Jason. Hold on. Still quiet, but good to go, Jeremy B says.
I'm going to try something here. Let's put you on 3.
I wonder if it's this cord. This is a different cord.
You got a different cord. How about there, you guys? I moved her to spot number 3.
Can you hear me now? Is this better? Is this better?
Do you have another cord?
I'd have to go search for one.
Aren't they like right in here?
No, they're not. They're in the closet behind everything.
Can they hear you now? I just changed your port from 2 to 3.
I'm waiting. Nobody's letting us know. The same, Shula says.
Okay, you may have grabbed a bad mic too.
Okay, I have no control over that right now.
Well, I know, but you really want to go an hour without people being able to hear you?
Well,
just grab another mic and another cord.
Babe, we're going to have to move all this.
Not that.
Yes,
those.
I have to move it. It's in the way.
It's not in the way. It's not in the way. You can move those, and that can just slide over. Or have Briggs do it. Go get dumbass in here. All right, so what we're doing is, we don't have any way to control we can't tell how you hear us. What we do is when I do the up and down, I can see on the pod track, I can set the gain on my mic, set the gain on hers, and we both look the same. Like my mic and her mic both come in exactly the same on the pod track. Then when it goes to Streamlabs, we can see both mics are combined together, so they're not separated in Streamlabs, and they both look the same. Now, how that comes across on the butt, there's no separation there either. It doesn't separate left and right. As soon as it goes into the computer, everything is one signal. So if it's weak, it's got to be the microphone or it's got to be the cord. There can't be two other ways about it. That's not the right.
I know.
So, yeah. I told her, you're looking in the wrong box. She goes, I know, and then keeps looking. So, okay, whatever. Anyway, so it's got to be it looks good on our end. If we'd have caught something in the beginning being a problem, we might have been able to switch it out. But we don't know until we try it with you guys. That splits the signal. We got to just see. So Briggs wandered back in. He must have been paying attention. He's switching microphones out for us. Janix Mom's looking for a new cord, which is an easy fix. We're going to test something, so pay attention right here. Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Briggs is going to plug this cord back in and talk, and if you guys can hear him better, say something. That way we know that we can quit looking for a cord. All right. Briggs, count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do we sound the same? Mm-hmm. Or are we different? We still sound bad. Is he still off one?
Waiting for somebody.
Same thing.
Same thing?
Different. No, I was just quoting the.
Oh, I was going to start saying, take it out.
Can somebody in Discord ask Discord?
Is anybody going to reply? You know what? I wonder if they're replying on the staff thread. I just don't know.
No.
No, they're typing. 1 second. You got to remember there's a little bit of a delay.
A little bit of a delay. If you guys heard us, just say something, then we can move.
Still a little. Someone said it's still a little low. No change.
Right, grab another cord. We'll do it real quick. Grab another. We got 500 of these cords.
They're right here.
They're right there in the box. It says XLR.
That's where I was, and there isn't one in there.
Anyway, so I guess we'll just do the show without everybody. I can do the show for you. So if you guys needed the most wonderful trained broadcast professional, you got him. That's me. Second and third place are the ones digging through the closet, because when you're a man of my stature, you don't need to be digging through closets. You have people for that. You have closet diggers. That's what these guys are, closet diggers. Just yank on that cord, Brick, hard as you can. That's what it's for. All right, so we'll put you back in 2. Briggs got us a new XLR cord. We'll see if it fits. All right, you're in 2. And all right, Briggs, count to 10 one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do we sound the same or even close? Waiting to hear from you guys so we can continue with the broadcast.
They're typing.
I can hear that when you're doing that.
Can I check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me see the butt. Talk.
Hello. Well, they said she's low, not me.
I know, but you're also low.
I know.
Turn this up, right?
Yeah, I've done that before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They say I'm fine. And when it gets higher than that, they say it's distorted when it's in the yellow.
No. Yellow means good.
I'm telling you what they say as I watch it.
Broadcast professionals?
No, but they can listen to distortion.
That's when you get a little high.
Well, you just
Jeremy,
bring it down.
you said all good. Better.
Yeah, there you go.
But we haven't listened to you yet. No one, you're not talking. How do they know?
No.
Now let's see. Count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are we even? Listening to you guys, waiting for a reply.
Shula said that was good.
Any better? And looking for anybody? We just need to make sure that Mama X doesn't sound like she's down low and in a can again. Waiting on you guys. Typing something, typing anything, nothing, something.
Sound like Dr. Shadowlight says sounds like one mic is activated, only one.
But what does Dr. Shadowlight know? I mean, he's a doctor of Scientology or something. Well, I don't know. I do not know why it would be doing that. that's an odd
There's
problem.
people typing, so hang on.
Waiting on you for last thing, and then we're just going to go for it. I'm going to turn my microphone down a little bit.
Spot Stocky says, Mama's still low, just go for it.
All right.
Maybe it's on here. Remember, sometimes when you go to record it or whatever, it comes out fine.
I know, and that's what I'm worried about, is that you're going to be distorted. I'm worried about that. All right, so I turned her mic up. I turned my mic down. The good news is that the PodTrack splits it into two things, so I can adjust ours later. It's a little more work in editing, but I can do that. All right. So can we get a thumbs up from everybody in the Discord room? Are we going for this? Thumbs up on the staff thread in Telegram. If you guys can hear her, we'll go. She'll get loud because I guarantee she's going to get mad at me in a few minutes, and the screaming will begin.
All right, let's go. They said go for it. Let's go.
I'm going for it. We'll work that out later. Well, welcome to the Gen X Talks podcast, live from the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada. I might have said that before, but we also didn't have microphones that worked. That's what we do.
We're here.
We are here.
We are looking out the window at Nevada.
That's right. The Gen X Talks podcast, live from Minden. I am here still with my current wife.
Current
wife, getting the job done. Now, remember.
I'm here with my current husband.
No, now, see, it sounds kind of...
Oh, really? It doesn't sound good, does it?
Well, when you say it after me, it just looks like you're a copycat.
No.
When I say it...
It hurts your feelings.
No, it doesn't. When I say...
Oh, yeah, you don't have feelings.
I have one. Don't hurt my one feeling. See, when I say I'm here with my current wife...
You've lost that loving feeling? Is that the one you have?
That's the one. I'm losing that love and feeling. When I say I'm here with my current wife, that kind of makes you think, oh, I wonder who's next. That's right.
No, it doesn't.
Mind your P's and Q's, woman.
You think that's what I'm thinking, but you have no idea. We actually have a window in this studio. I'm so thankful.
We're going to have a window in the next studio, too, because there's nothing, we don't have to worry about sound. So we can have windows out there. We're not soundproof.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That's going to help a lot.
We could have a little garden window, and you can put plants in it if you want.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Studio plants.
Oh, okay.
Right, so, yeah. So here we go.
Yeah. You're looking a little shabby. No haircut.
Well,
you promised, wait a second. Yeah. You promised new backdrop, new haircut. You were having saying it every single day.
You know what? You're not even on camera today.
We're talking about you right now.
No one even knows that, but you're like, I'm not, don't even turn on, you didn't hook up a camera today.
Nope. Not going to have one tonight either. Nope. Wait, we switched.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about you.
At least I'm brave enough with my woolly mammoth appearance to come on camera.
Tell them why you haven't got to a barber or got your hair cut. Go ahead, tell them.
Because Sun Valley Fox is mean.
He's mean.
He's mean, yeah.
Tell them the story.
Because I went to get a haircut, I very casually said to my brother-in-law, who I look up to and I love so much, I said, hey, man, where's a good place to get a haircut? He goes, well, I go to my girl. She's way on the other side of town, probably further than you want to drive, and she's really booked up. I was like, well, okay, so just tell me you don't want me to, don't want me to introduce me to your friends. And he goes, oh, good, you heard me. Yeah. And then I told St. Donna that, and she's like, oh, she got all mad at him, but don't tell him that. Say, I don't know, he told me to go see some barber downtown that he's never been to. So, yeah, a little bit of a disdain there. But I haven't had a chance. I wanted to have a new backdrop and a new haircut before tonight's show.
Yep.
But for that to happen, as soon as this show's over, I'd have to leave.
I guess you're going to leave.
Go get a haircut?
I guess so.
Haircut and a shave for 2 bits? Okay.
Shit, shower, shave.
I'm gonna try. So yes, no new haircut, no backdrop, but I didn't promise it for the podcast, so I think we're good.
Oh,
all right.
For the podcast, you did not. That's right.
No,
you did not. But you were talking about me. I'll fess up right now.
Why do you claim you're hideous? Because you're not. You're beautiful, but you're not happy with.
I am not put together. I feel like I'm just disheveled. That's a good word.
Disheveled.
Disheveled.
What did you used to say when we were dating? You said it's going to take me some time to get packaged.
Packaged. Yes, not anymore. There's no packaging. There is no packaging. Just a lot of stuffing.
You put on your bra and you got to stuff them in there like you're putting a sleeping bag in a bag.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. Putting all the fat in those jeans, too. It's just like
right.
stuff in a sleeping bag. So here's the deal.
All right.
So I waited till the day before. I guess it was the day before we were officially leaving. I packed up my bathroom stuff that I use every single day.
Yeah.
Like my blow dryer,
Right.
my hair stuff, stuff like that. I wear very little makeup, but just enough, Everything got packed, and the box was taken out of my bathroom, and I have no idea where it went.
And you guys climbed through one of the trailers. You
Yesterday.
climbed through the banana sauce trailer thoroughly.
Yes, yesterday we went all the way from the back to the front looking for this box, and we found your bathroom stuff.
Which is why I'm so handsome today.
Yeah, okay. And then I couldn't find mine. It has my makeup mirror. I mean, if you open the box, you would know that it's mine, and
Right.
we couldn't find it. So I don't know where it is right now. So up here is really dry.
Oh, here it comes. See,
So when I shower and wash my hair goes.
okay,
like,
but that's not what you said this morning. Ladies and gentlemen.
what did I say this morning?
I'm going to tell everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you as the jury. She's talking about, I can't find my box. It's got my stuff in it. It's got all my makeup. It's got all my things in it. I can't find it. And then you went, I'll probably have to just buy all new stuff. I said, why? Well, it's probably dried out from the heat by
Yep.
now. It's like, it's been sitting there a day. I'm sure it's fine. No, I'll probably have to get
You
new
want to
stuff.
know why?
Why?
Because we left some food in the covered trailer that I uncovered yesterday. And
Yeah.
one of them was my chocolate chips from my kitchen.
Yeah.
They were in a mason jar.
Okay.
Totally melted.
Now you have melted chocolate ready to go.
It's a mess.
Okay, that's different than makeup, though. You're not smearing chocolate.
When was the last time you wore makeup?
You're not
Oh,
smearing
yeah, Chris
chocolate on
Cuomo.
your face. Don't talk about my makeup.
Oh, yeah, Chris Cuomo.
That was one time, and that was only because I was doing something.
and then
for
you
Chris.
wore it for days.
I
You
did
never
not.
washed it
Of
off.
course I did.
When?
No, come on.
You liked it so much wearing makeup, you wore it for a couple days.
Oh my God! You know what?
You didn't glisten. And you looked good.
Here's the rule: you lie to your friends, and I'll lie to mine.
You lie to them
but
daily.
let's not lie to each other. Okay? Can we do that? There you go.
That
All right.
wasn't in our marriage vows.
I have to break in here with something that's really irritating the piss out of me.
Okay.
And I'm running into this more and more with movie people, okay?
What do you call movie people?
Viewers, people that watch movies, audiences, goers. They
Okay.
just, first of all, I don't like it when you're watching a movie at home or in a theater and some guy's going, that's not real. That's not real. That couldn't happen.
I say that every once in a while.
I wasn't accusing you.
Oh, okay.
And I said, I just don't like, it's like, shut the fuck up and let me watch the movie.
Right.
But the one that really bothers me right now, because people are doing this a lot lately. They look at a movie, and if it doesn't, like you look at let's say you watch an old movie with old special effects. Let's say Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, that are old.
You
Yeah,
watch
okay.
an older movie, and they're like, oh, this is, that's so fake. That doesn't even look real. And it's like, well, the special effects were from the 70s or the 50s. Yeah, it
For
does
that
look
time,
fun.
it was amazing.
And like, look
Yeah.
at Terminator. Even in 1984, the Terminator, you can tell it's a stop action model of the robot. So what? I'm there to enjoy the movie. I want to absorb the whole thing. I don't care if the CGI isn't perfect. I don't pick it apart. I go, oh, look at that scary robot. I'm there to enjoy the entire thing, and people say, well, it's really hard to enjoy it when it looks so fake. When you know, some of the movie looks good, and the other part, you know, my brain has to overcome the fake stuff. And I'm like, okay, first of all, you're not a real movie fan. You're kind of a dick. That's one. Number two, when you read a book, there's no CGI. You got to make up the whole thing in your head. So at least the movie's giving you some insight. You know, like, hey, it's supposed to look like this. I know we're not very good at it, but I'm just so fucking sick and tired in comment sections and people saying shit like, oh, I couldn't get past how stupid it looked. And this is young kids too that go back and look at the original Star Wars, or they go back and look at Terminator and like, oh, look at that walking doll. Well, fuck you, man. That's the best we had in 1984. You know, James Cameron did the best he could. He's working on a budget. It's a great movie. I don't know. That's been happening so much lately. I just want to tell them, quit looking at the bad shit and just pretend you're reading the book.
I think CGI and the AI that's coming for the movies is just gonna, it's gonna change everything. Not that I'm not like that where I'm gonna pick it apart. It's just the creativity's kind of gone.
If I can, I fear that if I can tell an entire movie is CGI, it's AI generated. If someone says, "Oh, this is the first full AI movie, characters, actors and actresses, backgrounds and voices, all AI," I don't know that I want to watch it.
That's what I'm saying.
I just have a thing about it could be a great story, but I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind in 10 years. But my first thing is I want to see real people and their emotions on screen, because the one thing I don't think AI can do is actors, even though they know their lines, they bounce off of each other and they feed off each other's emotions, making them better.
Yeah.
An AI may know all the lines. An AI may know when to look sad. An AI may know when to be happy about something, but an AI cannot feed off of the other emotions.
They have no
of the
feelings.
actors. So
Yeah.
how do you connect that? How do you make that go?
That's like robots, same thing like an AI, but robots have no feelings. You don't have your soul. Robots
Yeah.
don't have souls where they do that.
That's something that bothers me all the way around. But anyway, I'm just pissed off at people that do that shit. Just it fucking bugs me.
I'm sorry.
Piss out of me.
I'm
They just
sorry.
pick it apart. It's like there, and I have been to theaters where people are going, "That's not real," and I walk over and go, "Shut the fuck up! We're in the movie theater."
Why would they say that out loud?
They're superior narcissistic assholes. Like, oh, I just thought I'd point out to the whole theater that was fake. By the way, that's not really how a rocket would crash. I just thought I'd let you guys all know that.
You know, speaking of movies, I love going back to black and whites or some old musicals, because
Yeah.
my mom had introduced me to those, and watching them and how simply they were filmed.
Yep.
It's just dancing sequences. It's so simple. There wasn't much to it.
Did I tell you what my grandmother was teaching me about Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire one time?
Love them.
And she was telling me, and I was, oh yeah, everybody knows, even as a young man, everybody knows Fred Astaire. Such a great dancer, such a great performer, blah, blah, blah. And she says, are you ever going to say anything great about Ginger Rogers? And I said, well, she was right there with him. She goes, yeah, Ginger Rogers did every single dance step that Fred Astaire did backwards and in heels.
Yes.
And a dress. And I went, what? She goes, every time he's dancing forward, she's dancing backwards
Yeah.
in heels and a dress. And I went, oh, I never really thought about giving her that
I've
much
never
credit.
seen lately anybody, maybe Michael Jackson, because he was pretty amazing with his dancing, but not like Fred Astaire. He always seemed to be floating.
Yeah.
Like it came it was like he just danced his way through life. Like he just danced like,
I
loved watching him.
I may have the name wrong. I think I saw a sequence of James Cagney the other day. I don't even know where I saw this. Coming down a flight of stairs in a house, tap dancing as he went down the stairs. And I'm like, oh my God, the level of natural ability to do that is just stunning.
I think right now, who tap dances now? The last person I know tap dance was Gregory Hines.
Gregory Hines, yeah, that was the last.
That
one
was
I
the
saw.
last. I don't see anybody tap dancing anymore.
That's terrible too, because I think it'd be so fun to integrate that into some stuff, and they just don't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe AI will do that.
Oh, that's not the same. Not
All
the
right,
same.
so here's where we start the yelling part of the program. The part
Oh,
where she
you're going to
kicks
pick a fight with me today?
Picking a fight right now.
I don't think that's a really good idea.
Well, you know what? You're not on camera, so it doesn't matter. You can't do shit. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I submit to you, the jury, again, another problem I have with my wife, how she's intentionally being mean and fucking with me.
Whoa.
Yeah. Without a doubt. I'm going to submit this to the jury. I'll get a ton
Bring
of
your
thumbs up.
evidence.
Here we go. I've got it. It's right here.
Okay.
So what happens is, ladies and gentlemen, she doesn't listen to me.
That's true. I don't need That's true. Guilty.
So what I tell her something, I say, well, we should go do left and right and up and down and backward and forward, and I'll see you, then we'll do this. Okay. 10 minutes later, you walk up to me and you go, okay, what was it? What did you say? And I have to go, I just fucking told you 10 minutes ago. Now, that used to like, okay, I'm sorry, you'd get all upset. But lately you came up with a defense mechanism, which I think is bullshit. Because the same thing you've been doing for 20 some years, when I tell you something and you don't listen, you come back in 10 minutes, you're like, now what was that again? And I used to say, because you're not fucking listening, are you? And you used to apologize. Now you say, I know what you said. I'm just clarifying.
What's wrong with that?
Because you're absolutely not clarifying. You're not clarifying at all. You forgot. You're just saying, I'm double checking. I'm clarifying just to make sure. And I'm like, no, you're not.
You know what? When you do your lectures to me, shorten it. Just give me the highlights, the Cliff Note version.
I'm trying to. I don't know that I can dumb them down.
I don't need a dissertation from you. Just highlights.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the just so you guys know out there, men of the world, America, I'm giving you this one for free.
Oh, here we go.
So I walk up to her now and I say, hey, pay attention. I make her put her phone down because she's always on her phone. I make her put her phone down. I say, look here. Look right here. When she's looking at me, I say, now, are you going to listen?
No.
Or are you going to be clarifying in 10 more minutes? Just let me know. What's it going to be? That way, she's like, no, I'm listening. I'll listen. Okay. So listen, and in 10 minutes, don't come ask me what I said, clarifying or not. How about, and here's just a novel idea, we just listen the first time. How's that? Now, if I gave you 37 instructions, I can see, losing track. But if I tell you like 3 things, you can't come back in 10 minutes and not understand 2 of them. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm submitting that to you. Problem and a solution. You're welcome, America and Denmark. You got that one for free.
Oh, brother.
Also, just so you guys know, we haven't mentioned marcyzavala.com.
marcyzavala.com
in a while. And honestly, I've forgotten, and I should take...
I'm telling Marcy.
Well, let me start my 3-part apology.
There you go. Start there.
Here's the deal. I had forgotten that a lot of the diet that is letting me lose weight is because of the way she steers me. Now, Dr. McDreamy and I do most of the talking, but she has said, here's like 30 don'ts and here's 30 do's. And if you stay off the don't list and you stay on the do list, and it's that type of guidance, like every now and then I'll shoot out a text and go, hey, is this okay? No. Hey, is this okay? Yes. All right. But I keep forgetting to credit her, along with Dr. McDreamy, as the reason that my pain and suffering is going away. And I mean, the stuff I was going through 4 months ago, I was contemplating, all right, my time here on earth is done. If I'm going to live miserable every day, we can just clock out. And lately, even though I've had a couple little setbacks, which is to be expected, I am overall doing so much better, way better. And I used to tell you guys, we used to talk every show about just go to marcyzavala.com. You're 1 click away from feeling better. How many times do you have pain in your body, your joints, your muscles, your neck, your shoulders that you just can't get rid of? And it's truthfully her diet stuff. And she does it different for everybody. She doesn't say, here's a book, read my book, turn to page 12 and follow the chart. It's not even like that. There's no book. There's no nothing. She does every single person individually, like you.
Right, exactly. We are on 2 different things of what you can and cannot eat, but we're both seeing definite changes in the positive with that.
The only drawback that I've learned from people, because some people from KGXT Radio and Gen X Talks, they've gone on it. Some of the people that follow the program have gone on, and they've all said it's
improvements. Yes,
all improvements every time. Mm-hmm. Not one person has said that didn't work. The problem is that it's kind of expensive for the test.
Yes, it is.
And this isn't Marcy's money. It's not her test. She's not like, well, this doesn't go to me. I just need you to go to this company over here and take an expensive test. Once I see the results, we're golden.
Right.
But a lot of people have texted me and said, I just can't afford the test. Well, guess what?
What?
I have been connecting with small finance companies up here in Reno, and I'm getting closer to having one that will do, just like if you went in and you wanted to buy a spa, and it was, you say, I'd like to buy this spa, but you don't have cash. And they say, well, we have financing for the spa.
Yeah.
There's financing companies that finance lawnmowers or small, a spa, things that aren't.
Right, a small loan.
Right. And they specialize in this kind of stuff, and not even collateralized all the time. Like, they don't want the fucking spa back if you don't make the payment. But their lending is a little easier to get into than most, and their payments spread out pretty far, so they're cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get this in place where I've already spoken to marcyzavala.com about this twice last year, but I kind of dropped it with her until I got closer. Now I've got two companies that are trying to understand, well, what are we selling? It's not a product. No, it's not. You're not. It's not.
No, we're not talking tens of thousands of dollars either.
No.
This is probably under $5. Like it's some, it's like 3,000.
2,500, 3,000. Or if one of you says, well, I have 1,000, but I need to borrow another 1,000.
Right.
Okay. So these companies, the only thing I'm trying to show them is that it's not a product. They're not carrying something away. It's not a lawnmower. It's not a jet ski.
Right.
It's not a, it's not a spa. It's nothing like that. It's not a washer and dryer. But it's the same type of lending practice. Now they're getting it. They're like, oh, okay. I said, these people are trying to improve themselves. So I got two that are about ready to say yes.
Oh, cool.
And if they say yes, then I'm going to go to Marcy and ask her permission and see how this would integrate. But basically, all she would do is when she sends them down the road to get the test, if the test is more money than they have, she just goes, here's a link. Or I go, here's a link. I don't get any money for this. Neither would Marcy. This is strictly for the lender just to do his thing.
So it wouldn't even be through her business.
No.
It would be between the buyer and the purchaser or whatever.
Right. Whoever's the patient, whoever's going to get treated.
Right.
We just connect them and go, hey, these guys are set up. They know you're going to call. They know what this is about. They're not going to call it. You're not going to call them and go, we don't loan money for vitamins. No, it's not like that. You have to get it on board so they know what's going on.
Right.
And then it works smooth. But I think there's 20 or 30 people that I know of that are ready to change their life.
I highly recommend it. It's actually shocking. It's, the doctors always say, hey, we'll do a complete blood workup on you or whatever.
Right.
Well, that's fine. But there's so many other factors in your body that you have no idea. When my stuff came back and we sat down and looked at it, I was so shocked, from the urine analysis to the...
They do a poop analysis.
Yes. And I'm just like, what?
And it's like, okay, you think that's gross or that's silly. And MarcyZavala.com will stare at you and go, I need every result of every part of your body so I can fix this.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I need to know your earwax. If I tell you give me earwax, you're giving me earwax. But that's how deep she goes. She digs all the way down to the core, then she pulls back to what she calls a 30,000-foot view and takes care of the whole thing with just making a few changes. It's absolutely amazing. She doesn't pay us to say this. Just a friend, but the reason we kind of dropped it is because there was that expense. But I'm telling you, if you are hurting and in pain, just as a friend, I'm telling you, you're one click away from feeling better. And there's not one person who hasn't felt better.
I want to say one thing. If you're sitting on that fence deciding if this is something for you or not, you can go to MarcyZavala.com and there is a link somewhere or a chat box or something like that you can ask her a question.
Yeah.
You can give her what you're experiencing and she will say something to you. If she thinks her program will work for you, she will let you know at no cost.
She's very honest about that stuff.
So if you're sitting on the fence, you don't have to put up the money right away, but you could go talk to her, have a conversation, and if she feels that her program would work for you, then that's where you would make that decision.
Tell you if she thinks you have a medical condition, go get medical help first. Change drugs or whatever you're doing. She would, but you also get the benefit of one of the greatest medical doctors looking over her shoulder on the medical side with Dr. McDreamy. Every time she gets into something, she just walks to him and goes, what does this look like? Can you imagine having a guy like that for free? Just tap him on the shoulder and he looks at your stuff, looks at your chart. My God.
Yeah.
What a great thing you get when you sign up with her. What a bonus you guys get for free. Us too. We got the same thing. Anyway, I'm just letting you guys know we didn't just steer away from that. We didn't forget. But I'm telling you, get involved in MarcyZavala.com right now. Start poking around because the finance part's going to come soon and it's going to help. And then you really are one click away from changing your life. I'm just saying.
Yep, absolutely. Okay.
Did I talk to you? Did I already?
That was a good PSA.
It was. Did I talk to you about St. Donna and about low torque last time? Did we bring that up?
I don't remember, but if somebody missed it, it's because it's so funny.
It is so funny.
Say it again.
We were all talking. It was a Sun Valley Fox, who's my brother-in-law, St. Donna, his lovely, damn near perfect wife, who's my sister-in-law. And we're sitting there talking just casually one day about, it's going to be tough to leave. Oh, moving away from friends. Oh, the places we used to see. And, they did the same thing. They chimed in and said, oh, we missed some of our friends and we had to move away from our family. family. Hang on, readjusting. Sitting on my nuts, man.
Excuse me?
So, you're talking in the conversations and just about moving.
Getting so skinny you can feel them.
That wasn't nice. I can't believe you just said that. Oh, chicks, man.
Okay, so back to Donna.
Yeah, so we're all talking, and we have all sharing little story. Yeah, I'm going to miss this person, miss that person, and Donna and Sun Valley Fox talking about people that they missed and farther away from family and all that. And I just kind of blurted out there. I said, "Man, I'm really going to miss Low Torque." I was part of the conversation, and Saint Donna whips over and looks at me and goes, "Where's he going?" And we all stop. What do you mean? Where's he going? Well, where's he going that you're going to miss him? Well, Donna, I don't know if you know this, but I'm moving to Nevada.
And he lives 2 miles from us.
I'm moving away from him. She goes, "Oh yeah, that's right." I'm just telling you.
Didn't phase her when she said that?
She's like, "No." And the funniest part, and I'm starting to catch on to this because I haven't been around St. Donna and Sun Valley Fox as many years as you have, but when a moment like that comes over, I quickly glance over at the Fox and he's like,
or he's shaking his head. He gets real quiet and just shakes his head.
Yeah, so
he's been doing that for years.
Well, that's what you tell me, but I don't know. So I don't know if I told that story last time, but it just stuck in my head. It was so funny. So anyway,
that's just the first.
Yeah.
There'll be many more. There'll be many more. So about 3 weeks ago, we were out in the old house and you were saying, "God, I wonder if I've lost weight. Remember you kept, and where's the scale?
The scale is up here in Minden. We didn't bring the scale.
No, I got it out of the house quickly.
I wasn't going to go seek out a scale, so.
No, so we arrived.
Yeah.
And what was the first thing you did?
Well, I didn't. At first, I was like, I don't want to go weigh myself.
Yeah, you were nervous.
You always weigh less in the morning, and it was at night. We just had dinner. I'm like, nah.
But you are losing weight. You're doing a great job.
I want to thank you. And I went in and I stood there. I remember staring at the scale.
Did you take a breath?
No, I set down my phone. I set down my bottle of water. I damn near took off my clothes.
And your hat and everything.
I did take.
You know what'll happen when you cut your hair? Oh,
I'm going to lose 5 pounds.
I know.
So I did, and without getting into the particulars, from my peak weight, and people don't understand what I mean when I say that, because my peak weight is like you have a running weight when you're fat. I've been this much for 10 years, but I haven't. It's only been about 4 years for me. But I got to a fat level and just kind of stayed there. There was that I would go up a couple pounds and down a couple pounds, but then for some reason, for like 5 months. Way up.
Yes, you were.
Way up there. And then it came back down again. So from my peak weight, I have lost just over 110 pounds.
Yes, you have.
And from my running weight, I'm down to about 90. I've lost about 90 pounds. I haven't quite come in at the 100, maybe about 100, maybe it's 118.
So what did
pounds.
you weigh in just a couple days ago?
I didn't say.
You're not going to?
No, it's on the Fat Guy page.
Oh, where's the Fat Guy page?
If you go to genxtalks.com and scroll to the bottom, there is a link for a Fat Guy page. And that's where if people don't want to go look, I ain't saying shit.
Are you the fat guy?
I'm the fat guy.
Okay, just checking.
And that's my page.
All right, so what does Dr. McDreamy think what's his report to you?
He's very happy about the weight loss and how I'm getting there because it is diet and it is exercise, moving around. However, he wants me to have more proteins. He goes, you're not giving yourself enough fuel. Because when something goes wrong and I have pains or I hurt or my gut wrenches, I go back to bananas and yogurt and water for 2 days. All I do. I just go, nope. And I just eat because they're sweet. I don't mind it. It's like, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, but you're giving your gut time to heal.
Right. I just do bananas and yogurt and just water. And then whatever I've done wrong or corrected, I don't go back and do that. So that's always my correction. I think he's okay with that. But he's like, dude, you need to eat some beef jerky. You need to have a steak, which every now and then I filter one in and do that. But I think that's his big thing is, okay, good on the food, good on the exercise, but you need fuel. He keeps telling me that word. He goes, you need fuel. We got to get you something to get you going. He might be right. I mean, what if I started eating more proteins and I was more active? I was like, yeah, let's get up and go, Yeah,
that'll fuel you, give you more energy. Pretty soon when we settle down... What was
What was
that?
that noise?
Do we have a ghost in
It
this
was
house?
behind me, whatever it was. I'm not going to turn around. I don't want to look.
Okay. Once we settle down and get things kind of situated, we got to go over to Costco, and I
Yeah.
bet you I can get your beef jerky there at a better price. Because at the grocery store or at the gas station, holy
they're a lot.
Santa
I
Claus
just
shit.
think that if he's right and I get my fuel up, I mean, it could change things noticeably. You know, instead of 3 minutes in bed, maybe I could get up to 5.
Wow.
You see, a little treat for you there too.
Yes. Yes, there is.
So-
The only other thing I'm worried about is that now that you're back in the studio,
Yeah.
that you're going to sit for 8 hours and not get up and move.
We have to work on that today because today we are doing the entire Gen X Talk schedule. Right after this program's over, right after you guys don't hear us anymore, we are going to sit in the studio for an hour and we are going over our commitments to everything from show times. We're bringing back the garage show. We're bringing back the world show. You wanted me to start doing 2-minute drills again. There's a lot of things. Briggs wants me to do reaction videos. And so if we commit to doing that full content, which is what remember the big change once we got here, and we're not even done unpacking. We're already starting down that road. Yeah, it'll all be announced today on the website as we figure it out. It's going up. Full content, but that will mean a lot more time in the studio. So you're right. We do need to balance that out. But did you notice what time I got started today?
Early. Really early, I
I
think.
have been pushing myself to try to get in the studio by 6 in the morning, and today I did it. I got up, showered, dressed, changed, sat down, took my medicine, morning meds, and before 6 a.m. I was going.
That's good.
So that's, now if I can get a lot of it out of the way by noon or 1, then I can go do stuff. That's my whole thing. If I start at 9 or 10,
yeah, half
I've
your
wasted
day's
3 or 4
over.
hours.
Yes, I agree.
And everyone is happy. I'm getting a lot of good feedback, a lot of positive comments about my weight loss. St. Donna has been super supportive. Sun Valley Fox, not so much.
Well, why is that a surprise? Well, how do you know? Let's put it that way.
Well, how do I know is because he never really cheers me on. He doesn't give me the good old shoulder chuck like attaboy, but I figured out why.
Okay, tell me why.
No, this is total Sun Valley Fox logic. I know why.
How do you know his logic? Are you getting into his head?
Yeah, it's not that difficult. There's a lot of empty space rolling around there. You just got to take a flashlight and keep looking. But I figured out why he isn't real supportive of my weight loss program.
Why?
He's worried that I'm going to lose enough weight where I'm going to be able to fit on his tractor. And then he has to get up. We have to take turns because Donna would say, take turns, be nice, share.
No, that's not going to happen.
I know.
You're going to go buy your own tractor.
Well-
Then you're going to have tractor races. That's what I see happening.
First of all, I would buy a tractor. I wouldn't buy a lawnmower. He's got a lawnmower that says John Deere on the side. He pretends it's a tractor. It's not. I looked up his John Deere lawnmower, and the horsepower from that lawnmower, I had a bigger horsepower on my go-kart.
Oh my
So
God.
come on. I mean, I guess, but I'm just saying that if he
Here's
can,
the testosterone coming out.
if he can keep me fat, he doesn't have to share.
I'm going to see you guys doing donuts out at the property on your little
I'm
tractors.
just saying he doesn't want to share, so he's keeping me fat. That's why he offers me.
Oh, okay.
That's why he offers me Twinkies and Ding Dongs in the garage when no one's looking, because then I don't have to share the tractor.
Remember what else he told you? You have to do the first post hole. You have to dig a hole. When was the last time you dug a hole?
I'm digging one right now with him. And St. Donna was like, "You better get that post hole digger." And I was like, "Does she not know that I'm not using a post hole digger? I don't want to dig a post because they're just like 18 inches around. They don't have post hole digger."
Oh.
Don't be sad. I'm not digging it with a post hole digger. But anyway, so that's why he's not very supportive, because he's kind of a jerk and doesn't want to share his tractor. So
Yeah, okay. But he loves his sister, by the way.
He does love you.
So-
Well, tell everybody about your chicken.
That's what I was going to say. So we transported 7 of my chickens up here to Minden, and they're going to my brother's house. My brother has chickens too, and he's got a little section for a barn with stuff. Yes.
Not just going, they went.
I'm sorry, they went. So we arrived. The chickens were really tired and thirsty and everything. So you guys took I don't know who took it out. I wasn't there when you guys.
Briggs put it. This is to show you how mean your brother is. Briggs, he brought out a wheelbarrow. Briggs put him in the wheelbarrow, and then he made St. Donna cart that wheelbarrow all the way out back with the chicken.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it
I wasn't
either.
there when that happened.
No, you would not have stood for that.
Okay.
I tried to say something, but I was intervening in another man's
So tell me,
marriage.
did they release them with their chickens, like put them all together?
I don't know. I didn't go back there.
Oh, okay. Well,
Unlike you, I was doing my job.
unlike you, I was home because of the trip that we took.
Just tell him what happened.
So I guess one of my chickens attacked one of St. Donna's chickens and really went at it. Now remember, when you put two different groups together of chickens, there's a pecking order that happens. So I guess by the time I got there yesterday, they had separated my chickens away from hers. So my chickens have their own little space on the farm, and they were, I guess, St. Donna came to me and said that my chickens spent the night, their first night, on top of the dog carrier, all huddled together.
Oh,
They didn't want to go inside the kennel. They had nowhere else to go, and St. Donna was very upset.
Yeah, they were upset. They had a brand new place, didn't know where to go, but they knew they had each other.
Yeah, she
they
said
stayed
they were
together.
a little messed up because they're not sure what's going on. So yesterday when I showed up at my brother's, he is making, my brother, I love him so much, he is making the chickens their own little hen house and perch. So they have a place to go and lay eggs and sleep at night.
And as soon as he's done, we'll be filing a lawsuit with PETA.
Why?
That's called segregation. And it's not allowed. We frown on that in this country.
Why? Because my black one's named Oprah? My black chicken is named Oprah. Sorry.
Oh, so anyway.
Anyways, my chickens are just adapting to their new location. I went there yesterday and got 5 eggs.
Yeah.
5 of the 7 laid yesterday, so
they're
that was
producing,
good.
So they're not that upset.
No, they're not too shocked. Sometimes you can shock them where they need some time to adjust, but they did fine. I got 5 eggs, and they came running right to me.
Yeah.
And my brother looked at me funny because they squatted down. When a rooster goes after a hen, they submit. That's what they call it. They submit, so you can grab them. Anyway, so Briggs and I went over there, and they did. They heard our voices and everything, and they remembered us, and they were fine.
I wish you'd do that.
Please.
I wish you'd submit so I could grab you.
I'm not a chicken.
Speaking of St. Donna and the Sun Valley Fox, they are co-hosting this year's Gen X Talks barbecue at their house. It's at the end of August. Is it on the 30th or the 31st?
31st, last day.
31st. You can buy tickets at the website, genxtalks.com. Not a lot of tickets left, but there are some.
If you're local, grab your tickets now.
Yeah, grab a ticket, head out. It is not just the Gen X Talks barbecue, which is going to be a lot of fun, but it's also a steak cook-off between Little Miss Hot and Nerdy,
Yes.
Christine Matlock, and Chef John.
Yes.
I've got my money on Chef John.
Discord, I did a poll, a preview, preliminary.
Yeah, how'd that turn out?
Chef John won.
Telling you, he's going to win. He is a trained professional chef with years of experience.
I don't know.
You know, Little Miss Hot and Nerdy thinks she's going to show up at a backyard barbecue in a bikini and win. And I don't know that's going to happen.
They will be barbecuing a tomahawk steak.
Yep.
Any way they choose. And we have a celebrity panel of judges.
We do. That's right.
A celebrity panel of judges
Dr.
that will
McDreamy is
decide.
scheduled to be one. Cigar Scotty's going to be here. Sun Valley Fox has chimed in. So, yeah, we have some. You're mad because there was no women on the panel.
Yeah, I was a little pissed.
I know. You'll get over
Talking
it.
about segregation. Jeez.
You just go ahead and get glad in the same shoes you got mad in. You'll be
But
fine.
it's a great get together where you can meet other Bottom of the Glass Nation members and just hang out. And we're doing it at the Sun Valley Foxes compound at the Foxhole.
Doing it live from the Foxhole. So
Yeah, go to our website again. We're sending you back to the website. It has lots of information on there where you can stay and what's
everything
happening.
on our website's got pictures. I've been criticized that our website looks like Windows 95. Okay, whatever. It's easy. You go there, you see a picture of the barbecue, you click it. You see a picture of the podcast, you click it. It's not that tough. You click and go, as they say.
So the other day I caught you writing a story too. You haven't written in I can't
forever.
even remember. You posted the story to just members?
I did. I sat down here in the studio early morning. No one was up yet.
The first day we got here.
Yeah.
The first morning.
A song from Journey came on KGXT radio, and I just felt like like I remembered something and I started writing it down. And I wandered through, got through the whole thing, took about, 15 minutes to write it. And then I proofread it again and tried to see if my wording was right and try to check spelling. And then I sent it to St. Donna because her husband is so cheap. She's not part of any of the member sites. They can't spend that $1 a month. So
they're on a fixed budget.
Yeah. So I have to just send them stuff every now and then. But I don't think St. Donna's ever read anything I've written, ever.
I don't think so.
So I thought, well, maybe this wouldn't be too bad. I asked her for an email. She has the goofiest email, by the way.
The JD, which one?
No.
Donna Badana? Donna Bonna?
Yeah, Donna Bonna at AOL. I'm like, that can't be right. She goes, why? I said, the AOL doesn't work anymore. Does it still exist? I thought it was only in Panama. She goes, no, I got an AOL address, so I sent it to her. But I also posted it on the member site. If you're on Facebook, the page is called The General's Lunchbox. That's where you get all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Patreon, of course. Gen X Hawks Patreon is where I posted it first. And then I put a copy up on the YouTube members site there. No, I did not share that with the public. And it was only for the members and St. Donna. But yeah, I wrote. I haven't written in, I bet it's been a year. I haven't written any stories.
It's been a long time.
It just, all of a sudden it hit me and I felt like writing a story. So I hope it made sense.
Hey, I just remembered something we were just discussing right before this. Some new updates coming for the KGXTradio.com. You just said to me, tell people because they're listening live right now.
They're in development with a company that does this for the people that host our station, which is radio.co out of England. But there's a company that makes apps for radio stations. And so I went through a list of stuff. I got another email just before the show. They're pretty close to being done with the app.
It's going to be great.
I'm not sure how it works yet. I'm not sure if there's a cost involved. There's a cost for us. They ain't making an app for us for free.
No, yeah.
But I don't know whether it's a monthly service for us or if they charge by how many people use I don't know. I don't know.
So that's great news that it'll be on your phone.
Yeah.
So when you're out and about, you can, and you don't have your computer.
And it's supposed to have a lot of features, which is what we're going over today. That's one of the things I have to answer the email. There's a link in it. And she had said, the woman who's Amanda is her name. And she says, if there's any other features you want, because I gave them what I wanted. And I said, can you do an app with this? Yes. Is there any other features you want? And here's our list of things we can do.
Oh, nice.
Add it to it. So I'm going over that today. I'm not sure how soon it'll be ready, but it'll really be helpful for like some people like the Sun Valley Fox of a certain age bracket.
Except it won't work on his flip phone.
No.
Nobody with flip phones.
No, not flip. But all you got to do is press the button and you're in. So that's it.
Yeah, that's what most men wish would happen. Press the button and you're in.
My problem is I can't find the button.
Maybe you can't find. You don't have a fan of fire. I can't even say it.
Firm hand.
Firm hand on the tiller.
I can't find the tiller.
If it was only that easy.
I look for that button. If I could just push the button, I can't find it.
Maybe women need an app.
You know what? If you guys had an app, that would help out a ton. Really would. Like, the translate to English, I'd like to translate it to man speak so I know what the fuck you're saying.
Okay. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, let me pull up a chart. There's a diagram. Push the button here. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. So what was next?
Where were we? We went off topic there for a second. Jeez.
Anyway, I don't know. Oh, I know. I was going to throw something in there. Something I saw. Jerry Seinfeld was talking the other day. I thought you might find this interesting because I totally believe it's true. Right now, everybody, it's with your jobs, just talking in normal communications with people. You always wonder how much a person makes. Well, how much money do you make? What do you gross a year? What do you make after taxes, before tax? That's always such a conversation piece. And Jerry was talking about that it didn't used to be that. We was on a podcast and I caught part of it. And he was right. Years ago, like let's say in the 70s and even in the 80s, nobody asked how much money you made.
That wasn't a topic to discuss.
It was like, what do you do? So, I'm a mailman. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a geologist. Oh, and it was just, is your job cooler than my job? Or is my job cooler than your job? It was, where are you at with your job? It was always, what do you do?
That was one of the topics you never discussed. Politics?
Money,
your affiliate, your money,
religion.
and your job and your religion. Yeah.
But they didn't. But he's right. Nobody ever talked about. And I remember listening to my parents at social gatherings and stuff. They didn't talk about money. They talk, even if they'd been talking with the same friends for 6 years, it was like, well, we're doing this and I'm changing. I'm going to go over and get this, try to get a degree and move into this area. It's just, what are you doing was the cool part of your job. Well, I'm the general manager at Tower Records. That was a fucking cool job when I was a kid. One guy says, well, I'm a lifeguard at Malibu. That was a fucking cool job. It never came up how much money you made. That is a relatively recent thing, like in the last 20 years. That's like, now it's like, well, who cares what you do? Let's find out how much they make. Because that's the first thing you do. If someone says, I work at the post office or a lifeguard or I'm the manager at Tower Records, somebody will Google, how much does that job pay? That's all they want to know.
That's too bad.
They're judged by how much money they make, which if everybody knew how much money I make, then no one would be my friend. They'd be like, you're way too poor to be our friends. We shouldn't even be associating with you. You didn't have your birthday parties at trailer parks if they knew. But that's the point, is that it was just back then in the day. And I think Sun Valley Fox would agree with me on this because he goes back a decade before my time. He would probably say the same thing, that back then it was just when you conversated, it was, what do you do?
You looked for a job that you wanted to do.
You're married and have kids, and where do you live? What part of town are you at? Where are you at? What street you live on? That was it. And if you may ask what kind of car you drive because you wanted to know, is he a Chevy or a Ford guy? That's it. But the depth of what things cost and how much you made did not used to be a common question. I get what you're saying about being polite. You be polite and don't ask. I don't even think it was that. I think men just were like, is your job cool? How cool is your job? What do you do? That's it. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cared about the money back then. It was just, what are you doing? Yeah. Because we kind of all made about the same. It was like a little, some a little lower and a little higher, but we could all afford to go to Denny's and have dinner. We could all afford to go to the movies. So we all hung out and had a beer by the pool in the summer. We all fit. So the only thing that mattered was, what do you do? I'm just saying, I thought I probably went deeper into that than Jerry did, but I thought it was very interesting that and kind of reminiscent of, that's something I miss. I miss that type of society where
it didn't matter.
Some of those conversations. That's all. I don't know. Just whatever. Moving on.
Okay.
Or speaking of moving on.
So we got to talk about our last few days because we've been dark. Our last few days before we moved.
That was tough.
Hoy.
It was really.
I'm still recovering.
I almost divorced you.
Why?
It was that bad.
I had nothing to do with it.
It felt like it was all.
It was all you.
No, it felt like it.
It was all on your garage.
I'm not sure.
You have so much shit.
Whoa. I'm trying to find a way to argue. I got a lot of stuff, but
shit.
No, it's good stuff.
No, it's not. No, actually, Sun Valley Fox will side with me on this one.
Why? What would he say?
Because you have a lot of shit.
No, I have a lot of cool stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
He doesn't know what it all is.
One is your big ass safe.
That is fucking awesome. That is cool. If they said the safe can't move in Nevada, I'd have taken the house off the market, unwound the deal, sold the property in Dayton, said we're not moving then. That's
and you guys, you and Lotor couldn't even move it.
And Briggs.
You couldn't even move it.
Nope.
You tried to move it.
Yeah, we did.
Didn't even budget.
Not a little bit.
Didn't even move it. Add one single inch.
We called the safe company, and they're like, yeah, we can come out and load it on your trailer for you. Like
it was a scoop of chocolate, scoop of vanilla.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we'll be there. $275, we'll put it on the trailer. Now, I thought for $275, that was a good deal because up here in Minden, I called the company up here, and they're in Reno, and they said, well, we can drive out to Minden and take it off your trailer and slide it into your garage for you, $750. So when these guys said $275 to put it on the trailer, which is way harder than taking it off the trailer. And you thought
it was going to take an hour for them to do it.
I did. And it's way harder to put one on the trailer than to take it off. They tilted this thing and set it on a dolly, rolled it over to the trailer, tilted it onto the dolly or onto the trailer, and slid it up there. They were done in 10 minutes.
Yep.
And I said, hey, man, where do I get a dolly like that? He goes, oh, we make them ourselves, but they're basically the same as the dollies on Amazon. Just look up a 1,000-pound safe dolly. He goes, they're all about the same. So I go look it up. I found a 2,000-pound one for $70. It was like $68. So no fucking way am I spending $750 for these yokels to come out and do it. I'm just going to slide that to the end of the trailer, tilt it on the dolly, and wheel it in, and then tilt it off.
I can't wait for that video.
I saw them. There was two guys did it. Two.
Yeah,
So
I know.
If I've got 4 of us out there, we've got this. There's no way that we could fuck this up.
I will videotape it, everyone.
We can't look like monkeys fucking a football. It looked way too easy. These guys made it look simple. So
With all this stuff he had in the garage, he still had to leave some stuff there.
I did. I thought when I came back, I told Sun Valley Fox, I go, look, I got it now. That was the last big haul. 2 big hauls of my garage. The last one won't even take up half my trailer. I got this. Man, I had to still leave stuff there.
Unbelievable.
I know. You didn't know you were married to a guy who had so much cool stuff.
So much shit.
No,
Baggage.
Not.
I'm calling it baggage.
It feels like baggage now, that's for sure. So the move was, the last part of it was tough because of the repairs we had to get done, the things that we had to do. Some stuff I could do myself. I'm not too bad with house electrical. I'm pretty good at it. Briggs wired in a 3-way switch. He knew how to do that. I know how to wire a GFI outlet, and that I couldn't do it. I could not make it work. No matter what I did. I even lowered myself and went and watched a YouTube video. And I go, that's the way I'm wiring it. I watched 6 YouTube videos. I go, that's fucking how I'm doing it already. And so Chris, who's he's buying one of our buildings downtown. He's rented it for years. Bennett is a handyman. He's got his own construction business. He came out and I said, look, man, I'm stuck on a couple things. He goes, well, show me what you got. First one was the GFI. He had it done in 5 minutes.
Yes.
And I go, what did you change? He goes, nothing. He goes, you just didn't know that it was tied in to the GFI circuit in the other bathroom. So every time you'd go around checking and you'd reset the GFI in the kids' bathroom, it would reset yours, and then you'd wire it up and trip it, and it would trip the other bathroom, and you didn't know how to bring it back on. He goes, you had it wired in. He goes, look, they all work now. All 3 outlets work. I'm like, God damn it. The other one was for about 2 years, you've been using your tub hot water handle because there was no access. This whole thing, this assembly looked like it to me. I looked at it pretty close. I can do plumbing. It looked like the whole tub assembly, the faucet was set in place, and then they built the shower up next to it. You couldn't get to it. There was no access, and I couldn't figure out how to get it apart. And like 3 days before we moved, you pulled off the collar underneath the handle. You've been keeping the handle off to the side for 2 years, putting it on, turning on your hot water and putting the handle to the side for 2 years. Because I wasn't going to cut open the side of the tub.
Then I watched Chris do it, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. The screw from turning the hot water on and off, the screw backed itself out.
And down.
And dropped down.
Yeah.
So it came off. That was it. It was one. I was like, what?
But when you found I remember saying, how'd you take off that decorative
Just took it off.
I didn't think it came off.
I just took it off.
So you took it off, then he found the screw. He looks like a hero, and I'm a dumb shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how many times I have been fixing stuff around the house where she's like, I've been waiting years for you to fix that.
Now that we go to sell the house, everything's getting fixed in the house. I don't understand.
This is the worst one, which I have to make some sort of an apology for.
You better put a big ass tub in the new house.
The worst one was this. When we first bought the house,
I'm getting mad already.
There was a light switch in the living room that didn't work. And at first we thought, well, it turns on an outlet. And it didn't. All the outlets were on. Light switch, off on, nothing worked. We thought, well, maybe it's on a little cubby alcove up on top, little landing where you put decorations. So we crawled around up there. Nothing. So we go through all this, and I can't figure out. And then I thought, some of the same model houses as have a ceiling fan.
Yeah.
So maybe it's pre-wired for a ceiling fan, and up there's no cover plate. Maybe they forgot the cover plate. Maybe the wiring is already run to a box in the ceiling, ready for this switch. So we had people crawling around the attic, and they're like, no wires, no nothing. So I gave up. I don't know what.
It was a phantom switch.
It was a phantom switch
for 20 years.
So the home inspector guy comes in, and he does the same thing. He goes, oh, well, it operates that outlet right over there. And I go, no, it doesn't. He goes, watch. And he plugs in his tester, and he flips the switch, and nothing changes. He goes, well, that's weird. He goes, it's supposed to operate that switch, which I didn't know. In California, at least, when electricians install an outlet, if they turn it upside down, that means it's on a switch.
Unbelievable.
So if you ever see an outlet in your house that's built upside down, that particular outlet is supposed to be on a switch on the wall. He goes, well, I don't know what it's for now. So we left it. So just the other day, before we moved, I decided to take the switch out just to see. I just pulled it off the wall and look, and I tested it. It was broken in the on position.
Oh my gosh.
So if you just replace the switch, which I did, guess what? It does operate that outlet. But we went 20 some years in that house with that broken switch because we didn't know it was broken. We just thought we couldn't figure out where it went.
That just...
So, yeah. And then, of course, now as we're leaving, Chris has taken the last couple repairs. Briggs and I did a ton. Chris called me today. He goes, hey, the reason your garage door sticks is because Briggs put it on upside down. I go, what? He goes, yeah, do you want me to turn it around or just enlarge the hole so the deadbolt slides in? I go, just fix the hole. He goes, yeah, just tell him. He kind of bought the wrong door, but it'll be okay. But he definitely put it on upside down.
Oh, my God. That's so funny.
So he's finishing that stuff up. And then the painter, Rudy, love Rudy, comes in. He goes, okay, I'll paint one day. I'll have it done in 2 days. Fine. So we schedule the repairs to be done while he's finishing painting because it's not around him. And then the cleaning ladies come in behind, scrub the whole house clean. Then the realtor comes in and does his filming and has his guys come in and do some stuff. And then they do an open house. Makes sense up until Rudy texted me and I called him. He goes, oh, I don't think I'm going to be done today. Maybe I come back on Sunday. I went, they're showing the house on Sunday. Yeah. He goes, oh, just tell them I'm going to take a chunk out of the wall to match the paint. I'm going to cut the drywall. I go, you can't leave a hole in the wall, Rudy. When you go, he goes, well, I'm taking it down to match the paint because I couldn't find the paint. I go, Rudy, stop. You can't do that. So I politely tell him as nice as I can. There's a lot of people scheduled behind you because of what you told me. You told me you'd be done in a day and a half. So here we go. And then I called the realtor, and I guess he drove over. And next, I got a call from Rudy 2 hours later. He goes, okay, I finished tomorrow. And Rudy's a super nice guy. As you can tell by the accent, he's Puerto Rican. So he's not.
He's Guatemalan, but that's okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Guatemalan, Puerto Rican, I don't know. I'm just,
different countries, but okay.
Hey, well, I'm sure all those white guys look the same too, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, so that's what's been going on. But that's, it's part which just took so long to get out of here. The realtor said, we have 4 cars. I said, I'm going to put my 4 cars that I'm coming back to get in the driveway. And the realtor said, no, put them on the side yard. I said, why? He goes, number one, it looks like a big empty front yard, which is beautiful. Plus, people that like to see RV parking, if they walk on the side yard and see you got 4 cars comfortably parked over there, they know that's a lot of room. Like, holy shit. He goes, it's the same thing as if you put a dining room table with 12 chairs in a dining room. Women go, that holds 12 chairs.
Comfortably, yeah.
So the dining room's big enough. He goes, just do it. So we put the cars over there. Everything looks like it's good. We left the rabbit hutches all assembled, the garden, the chicken coops all assembled. Everything's good. The hot tub's working and full of water. Everything's where it's supposed to be. There's a few things that may not get done. We'll see. But yeah, we're out there listing it. So if you guys want to buy a house, they're showing it this weekend. I'm going to go by and take a look.
Yes, it is.
But that's how that came to fruition. And I'm sure the realtor went over and kind of was clapping his hands. Let's go, Rudy. Get your shit together, man. Get out of here. So... anyway, that's it.
So I've been talking about your crap, your shit, how much stuff you have, and it's just some of the stuff you have is just too big.
Well, I get that a lot.
God, shut.
I get that a lot.
You don't.
People say,
no, you don't.
It's too big.
Sorry, you don't. You think you do,
okay,
but you don't.
Well, what's big then? What are you talking about?
The dog house we have is so big, we'd have to move the fence to get it into the backyard. And how are you going to get it? Okay, to the house that we're in right now, there is a common area, a field that you have to go around one whole house. One whole house that's not even ours.
Right.
Go behind their house to our back
big
gate.
Old doghouse, right?
Yes.
You're worried about. Okay.
Pushing it across grass.
I don't think we'll have to remove the fence. I think you're a little bit exaggerating there. But I bought 6-inch tall rubber casters with aggressive tread.
Again, something big.
Yeah. And then we'll screw them to the bottom of the hen house or the doghouse, and we'll roll it around there and get it done. That's how we're going to move it across the grass.
Oh, great. So now the doghouse is going to be lifted.
Okay, not lifted. It's not a truck. It's not lifted.
You've just put a 6-inch lift kit on it.
Not a lift kit. It's just.
My gosh.
It's just the tires. It's not really.
And just so you know, the grass is kind of muddy back there because I've walked over there, and you can't. They're not mud tires.
No, I didn't buy Swampers. Listen, I did the best I could.
Oh my gosh.
These will work just fine, and I don't think we're going to have to unscrew the fence into pieces.
I think it would be just better if we just took it over to the property.
And did what?
Just put it right there by the opening, by the fence right
there. What are you
there.
going to do when a bobcat moves in and says, "This is nice"?
Let them. They can stay there. Maybe a little group of rabbits will go in there. It'll become a rabbit hutch.
Oh my God. Hey, real quick on KGXT, since we were talking about that and stuff, I don't know if everybody knows, but you got a ton done. You just got a wild hair up your ass one day about the radio station not having the right album covers, not having the right songs.
Well, the couple
and
days
you stayed at it.
Well, we extended our stay down there a couple more days. There wasn't really anything left to do at the house,
right?
Because everything was waiting for the day we were leaving, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
Or it was all on me to fix things. They're not your list.
Yeah, I was like, what am I going to do? So one day, I think it was on Saturday, I sat from 10 until almost 6 o'clock.
Yep.
That night and fixed all that.
You downloaded every album cover.
Oh my gosh.
And you uploaded it correctly to all the stuff on there. You did good.
Yes.
But I will tell you, I was listening to the radio station this morning and it was too slow. I would not, if I was on a job site, I'd turn it off. Too slow. 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock from songs 760 on. I felt like the Barry Manilow hour. That's what it felt like. I couldn't get past it. So we got to fix the rotation on that. But it's coming. We're doing it. So.
Oh my gosh.
Now you know what I know. But I'm just telling you did a good job on that. And I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I worked hard. I'm gonna continue working on it when the dust settles around here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So what else? Is there anything else we want to talk about?
Are you ready for the World Show to return?
Yeah. I am. I wish we were. I'll tell you. I wish we were doing a world show right now because I'm so sick of what's going on with Iran and Israel and Trump and how as soon as Trump does something, he's getting us into a war. He's getting us into a war. No, he did a precision strike. Well, he's joining the war. That's all that he lied. He told us when he was campaigning, no wars, and here he is breaking his promise. I'm like, look. And this is what I tell people. I said, so. If China invades California, Trump's supposed to say, sorry, we can't fight back. I promised no wars. I promised no wars. Can't fight back. No, of course not, you dipshit. This is part of what goes on. So that's one. The other one is that, Doge is doing, yes, we're not opposed to Doge looking around, but it's the way they're doing it is incorrect. The way they're going about it. We're not complaining of what they're doing because, of course, you can't. You can't complain when someone's finding corruption and waste. So how do they complain? Well, we just don't like the way they're doing it. Same with Trump. Well, we're not opposed to him bombing Iran. We know that's a good thing because, shit, everybody thinks it's a good thing. Everybody knows they shouldn't have nuclear weapons. So you can't say you're against that. So what do they say? We're just opposed to how he's doing it. We're not he's following the Constitution. We're not God, I just want to rip into these people. You fucking retards. You can't. This is dumb. This is not what you say. It's not how you behave. And that's all they can say. We don't like how it's being done. It's not being executed correctly. So, like I said, today, after the show's over, we'll probably grab something to eat real quick, and then we're going to sit down and go back over when the world shows, when the garage shows. We'll change all the scheduling on the website. We'll dedicate to doing it, and then we'll stick to it. And we'll try it for a while. And if there's any adjustments, we'll adjust. But we give things 3 or 4 months before we give up on something. We give it the good old college try. So, am I ready for a world show? You goddamn right I am. Yes.
Yes, you are. So, for people listening live, are you going to do a Bottom of the Glass show tonight?
I'm trying to. I got some stuff to get done, but I think I can squeeze in a BOTGN show.
I think you can too.
I want to go on partial record. Am I allowed to do it? Can you go on partial record?
No.
Can you go on record and partially say something?
No.
Oh, well then, never mind. Then you guys are all going to have to wait.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So, all right. It wasn't anything important anyway. It was only about Andrew Cuomo's loss in the mayoral race in New York.
That's for the world show.
I know something that nobody else does, but we'll wait. It's fine. We can wait.
You can say that on the Bottom of the Glass show tonight.
Yeah, well,
that's
we'll
a subject for tonight.
We'll wait. It's
Keep
fine.
them hanging.
Okay.
Suspense.
All right.
It's like a little trailer.
Always leave them wanting more.
That's right. That's your trailer for the Bottom of the Glass Nation.
Oh, real quick, speaking of that, we're going to broadcast on all the platforms, Facebook and Rumble, and get the whole thing done. Then we'll do as much as we can. Facebook is pissing me off at the moment. I don't know if I told you this or not. I don't think I even shared this with you. I put a post up and all the, I'm helping you do the memes and nostalgia stuff. There was something about, I don't know, we did not a fat kid meme, but it was something about a guy at the gym. It wasn't even bad. It wasn't making fun of him. In fact, it was kind of like, hey, somebody said, oh, you old guys get fat and then you go back to the gym and you listen to your Rocky 3 soundtrack and you work out. It was, it wasn't something bad. It was something clever and witty. And the conversation was that way. The conversation was, you listen to all the people talking in the comment section about this picture, and they were like, yeah, I listen to Rocky 3 when I work out. I listen to, it's 80s nostalgia. I got a mixtape for that. That's all it was. After about 3 days, Facebook put up a warning. When you go to that spot where the picture was, there's a big warning over it. You have to click off of the warning for us. And it says, hey, just so you know your topic, here's what a lot of people are saying about your topic. It's body shaming and it's kind of offensive. Just we're not pulling it down. We're just saying you should take into consideration people's personal feelings. There's 4 paragraphs from Facebook. So I clicked over the thing and I went and looked at every comment. No one has said anything. There isn't one single comment about that at all. Nothing. Nobody said anything about the picture.
Told you, and you got mad at me about what they said about mine. This is ridiculous.
You indicated you wanted cocaine.
No, I said go back to the original recipe of cocaine in the Coke.
That's what I just said. You were advocating for some cocaine.
In the original recipe of Coke.
Okay, here comes the qualifier. Well, either way, so that's what they did. Facebook was saying, you're body shaming people. Go read your comments. So I wish there was a place for me to write back, go fuck yourself. It didn't say that.
Yeah, but the stuff that they show on Facebook is okay.
There is now, like on Instagram and Facebook, full nudity. Full 100% nudity. And that's against the guidelines.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yet they banned our stuff. We didn't do anything like that.
I know. It blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind.
Anyways, that's my Facebook little rant.
How about a kid update?
Jade misses us. I feel kind of bad that we left her there. Everybody moved out. All the kids moved away. Her parents moved away. The dogs moved away. The chickens moved away. And now we have one daughter sitting there by herself. That kind of bothers me a little bit as a dad. I know all the arguments you're going to give about how
she had a choice.
She had a choice. She should have been in school. She could have had a degree. She could have moved with us. She could have moved to hers. I know.
You know what would have been really great for her? To be a traveling nurse. Well, she could have traveled all over
part of her plan if she'd have gone to nursing school.
I think that would be great. She could have seen the whole United States, traveled, spent a month here, a month there, and then decided where she really wanted to live. She had, but whatever.
But she has been exceedingly helpful.
Oh, yeah. Jade and Jevin were.
Yeah, her boyfriend, Jevin, has been, we get along great now. Ever since the big blow up.
Right.
Get along fine.
Yeah.
And he really works very hard. He does. He's working hard at what he's doing there. So I don't know about their relationship, but I'm saying for the two of them individually, big help getting out of there.
So time will tell. We'll see. We'll keep in touch with her.
Is stepping up. He's
oh my gosh,
incredible.
she's amazing.
There's one. The next.
Tell him about your trailer him in the trailer situation. You are just so kudos about the trailer.
He's driven a trailer back up to Minden and back by himself now. He's taken
Fully loaded,
unloaded the trailer with the Sun Valley Fox and driven back. He doesn't wreck it. He doesn't clip anything with it. There's no scratches on it. He did everything fine. You know, he really handles a trailer well, and he can back up a trailer damn near as good as I can. He's very good at that. Now, he has stepped up in so many ways. So let me try to, I'll summarize this and guys will get it real quick. Chicks can catch on. If I were to recommend him to one of my friends, if one of my buddies said, hey, I got to have some help driving some trailers up here, you know, can you oh yeah, I got a guy. Now I could tell with confidence, I can say with confidence, Briggs can load a trailer pretty good. He can drive a trailer excellent. You could have him. But what I can't say that I'm having a problem with Brigger, that I still have to work on with him, and what I wouldn't be able to tell my friends is he doesn't pay attention to how he's hooking them up.
What do you mean?
He doesn't always put the safety chains on. Sometimes he forgets to plug it in. He's like, come on, man. You're good at driving it. Can you please remember when you do your tie straps, when you load the trailer, he doesn't always get the shackles where they're supposed to be, the tie downs. He knows how to do it. He knows how to hook up safety chains. He's just lazy. He just forgets. So I've got this big part of him that's doing so excellent, but I couldn't recommend him to one of my friends because I'd have to say, but you need to double check his work. He can drive the shit out of the trailer. He can load and unload, but you're going to have to check some of the little stuff. If I could just get him to pay attention to that part of it, you know, like, please make sure the clasps are all on. Make sure the cotter pins are plugged. Come on, put everything where it's supposed to be. You know, make sure the trailer's hooked up to safety chains. Because right now, when he leaves, I do that on this end. When he comes back, Sun Valley Fox watches on that end. He just looks down and says, you know, hooks it up or makes him do it. But you got to turn a corner as a man to where you take care of that stuff yourself. That's the only thing. He's stepping up so well. There's just a few more things I kind of got to get into his head. And I've been pounding into him, double check your work, double check your work, double check your work, but really double check it. Don't just say it's good. Go look.
Yeah.
And if he's getting that down, he's going to be great.
Yes. Very much so. So
yeah.
Do you have a car story? The only
story I got really for a car is something we just went through. We got the trailer. My trailer is 20 years old, but it's a great trailer. I know everybody thinks it's a beat up piece of shit. It's fucking solid. It needs some little love and care, but it's a solid trailer. I love my trailer. And we loaded it and we put in the safe. There's two stories here. We loaded it, put in the safe, and the safe was a little bit to one side, which I knew. I kind of told him because I had to put some stuff. If the safe was put dead center, there would have been even more stuff left behind. So I put the safe off to one side, and after we fully got everything loaded, I noticed my trailer was a little heavy on the port side. A little heavy. Okay. And I was worried about it, thinking, well, that's a little bit heavy because I can see the tires squishing a little bit. Now the load was still under the tire rating. I got that. But I knew leaning, those tires were going to run a little hot. Maybe the bearings would run a little hot. We might even pull. I've had trailers where it's loaded so lopsided, the trailer actually pulls you to the right or the left. So it didn't. Everything was good there. And we took a temp gun, and every time we stopped, we checked the temperature of the tires. They were only 10 degrees hotter than the other side. They didn't get 20, 25, 30. The grease didn't start to melt. It was fine. And we really didn't have to worry about it even when we got up into the hills because the temperature dropped so much that all the tires were nice and cold.
Yeah.
But for a little while, I was concerned. I was paying real close attention to those tires because it was a little heavy. The other one was I changed out our hitch to a Pintle style, and I had to modify the trailer. I had to cut some things off the trailer and grind things out of the way. There were some people having a shit fit over what I was doing. I was showing pictures. Oh, this is what I'm going to cut and do. Really, got to be careful here. And I get it. You guys, they've had experiences where things went wrong and things got fucked up because some redneck, hillbilly, inbred, Jed, backwoods grease monkey like myself got in there with a torch and started cutting things up thinking he knew what he was doing. And it all turned out bad. Well, I was already being careful, but after people started speaking against me, I went and sat one time with Briggs and I go, this seems pretty simple. Am I missing anything on the geometry? of how this works, or am I not making it completely safer and better? And Briggs looked at it, he goes, it's way better. There's no way this could be worse. So, of course, we drive it all the way up here, and I check to see when we're done. Now we've driven it 7 hours. Did it do any of the things that people were afraid of it doing? No. Did it rub? No. Did it leave a mark anywhere? No. Was there clearance? Yes. And finally, when the Sun Valley Fox got to see it in person, he walks up and I go, I just cut this off and ground that down a little bit. I think grinding it down, I think I took off like 5,000ths. Big deal. I didn't, because you're going to grind off and mess up the structural integrity. No, I'm not. If this fucking thing can't lose 5,000ths, it's a piece of shit anyway. But I showed it to your brother. I said, well, here's what everybody was bitching about. And he goes, I mean, look, he's a mechanical engineer. He's a machinist. He looked at it and goes, it's fine. He goes, it's fine. It looks better than what was on there. Yeah, it does. And that was it. In 3 seconds, a man of his caliber, I don't have to explain it. We don't have to measure it. He just looks at it and goes, what'd you do? I said, I cut here, ground there. He goes, it's perfect. And walked away. Then I knew. Yeah, I got back on the computer and went, click, 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 click. You guys are all click, 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 full of shit. Click, click, click. Sun Valley Fox approved. So leave me alone.
And there you go.
So that's the car store. We did have to worry about the tires a little bit, just paying attention. But again, at least I'm the guy thinking about that. I'm not just hooking up and, whistling on my way. I notice things. I take temperature readings. I mean, I put some effort into watching it. I didn't just tell my wife, everything's okay, climb aboard. No, that's what I say for sex.
Oh my gosh.
This is different. This is important. This is life-threatening. So I had to make sure this was right.
All right.
So I think that was it. How long do you think we've been on?
Oh, I don't know, because of our delay. Hour 10.
Hour 25.
See.
But I'm going to cut out the delay part. We'll start right at the beginning where we're supposed to.
All right.
And if I have to make some adjustments, I can. But I think we're pretty close.
Cool.
So is that it? Did we miss anything?
Oh, we probably did.
Covered all of it. Covered the chickens. Covered your brother doesn't want to introduce me to his haircut lady. Doesn't want to share the seat on his tractor. I mean, we covered all the important stuff. Chickens and tractor seats. That's what this one should be called.
Chickens and tractor seats.
This episode is called Chickens and Tractor Seats.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, all right.
Thank you all for listening.
Yep. I'm not sure how things are going, if we're losing people, gaining people, or people are not paying attention, but this should be ready to drop tomorrow, God willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll get it done. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
And that, as they say, is that. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Not sure where you're listening in from around the planet. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in life. Number 1, wherever you go, well, there you are. Number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. From the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada.
Bye-bye.
I'm out.
It's real, no less. Just gotta be honest. It's all I use. Make it count. Even now. Even now. Woo-hoo.